Razvani for FightHype.com with me, promoter Eddie Hearn. Bit bloated?
Yeah, well, a lot of traffic, like Andy said, you know. So, been a busy few days, finally done. Looking forward to a nice weekend at home and ready for a big fight December 7th.
I said to Andy Ruiz just there, did Eddie Hearn bury himself when he announced it and everyone was waiting on his timeline for his tweets or his Instagram post that the fight's happening and it didn't come? But you obviously made
What
him...
did he say?
Well, he said he was smiling throughout and obviously you made some lucrative financials, even more.
Yeah, a little bit, but there's a lot of things that he has to do that were not in the original contract, that were part of our Saudi deal. So I feel like everybody got a good deal. We had to announce it and enforce it because contractually we were allowed to. So we had to let it play out, and obviously legally we had to let it play out, and financially, and a lot of questions that needed serious answering from their team that were very credible questions. Now we're here, everyone's happy, and we've got the biggest fight of the year, December 7th.
Everybody knows you are a great salesperson, but you've obviously now been to Saudi Arabia. You've seen where the flight's going to take place. You've seen the surroundings, the infrastructure, and you're happy.
Yeah, you're not going to believe me, but it was one of the most amazing experiences I had this week of being at a press tour. I mean, God knows how much money they spent on the press conference.
Really?
I mean, like, God, 7 figures, you know, on a press conference, and just the vision that they have, the excitement of the people. You know, when we landed, he was chased through the airport by media and by fans, and it's like, oh wow, they know boxing. Of course they know boxing. What do you think, they don't watch live sport in Saudi Arabia? So that country is very excited about this event, and all eyes of the world will be on Saudi Arabia on December 7th.
Is this a fight? You're not the trainer, you're the promoter, but Anthony had no other fight but this fight to take, correct?
He could have had a warm-up fight. He could have made 10 million to warm up somewhere. He doesn't want that. You know, if you're a favourite to win the unified heavyweight world championship for this amount of money, what are you in the sport for if you don't take it? So it was never even, he never once said to me, or Rob never once said to me, and you know, Rob's a very conservative guy when it comes to matchmaking. If Rob didn't fancy it, he would have just said to us, well, what about a warm-up? Wasn't even mentioned once. So this was always the fight to take, and obviously they're going to make sure that they try and put a game plan in place to win the fight.
What do you make of Joshua's comments this week where he was asked, would you give Ruiz a rematch if you win a trilogy? And his response was, well, I'm just going to go and fight the kind of heavyweights that the other heavyweights
Yeah, because
are
I think he's a bit frustrated that he doesn't get the credit for his resume and for continuously jumping in tough fights. So he's like saying, well, how can Tyson Fury fight Tom Schwartz and Otto Wally? And I'm not, I've got to fight, you know, Klitschko, Parker, Takam, Povetkin, Ruiz, back to back. And he's right. So he's just like making a joke comment where, well, if I win one, maybe I'll fight a couple of Otto Wallins and Tom Schwartz. You know, they're decent, like they're European level fighters, but he's not about that. He wants to test himself, and that's what's made him so special over the years, that he is a little bit vulnerable because of his amount of experience and the fact that he's fighting elite heavyweights.
One face, one name, one champion.
Apparently now, but not 4 or 5 months ago. You know, where was all this call for the Undisputed Championship?
So what
when
was
Josh
that? What was Deontay Wilder doing announcing Ortiz on fight week?
Well, he's a clout chaser. So Andy Ruiz has a Joshua press conference in May, on May the 28th. He announces he's fighting Luis Ortiz. It's now September the 7th. There's still no announcement. It's 3 months later, right? All of a sudden, Joshua Ruiz press conference this week. Oh, I want to be undisputed. I'll fight Joshua. Just trying to get publicity. But what he's got to understand is, right now, Wilder is WBC champion. He's irrelevant until the end of the year, because the Ortiz fight's dead fight. This is the biggest fight of the year. This is the biggest fight maybe of our generation. So let these guys do it. We'd love to fight Wilder if Joshua wins. He's always wanted to be undisputed champion, but we can't waste our time just trying to get exposure on someone else's fight week. We don't. Imagine I phoned up AJ and said, oh, Deontay Wilder's got a press conference this week. Shall we announce something? Don't be silly. It's pathetic. True though, isn't it? Imagine what AJ would say.
December. Now, you're the promoter. Win, lose, you obviously have a structured plan. Can he go ahead and fight someone like Wilder, considering the IBF are being quite
Probably
strict?
not. Probably not to be undisputed, because, you know, to get the IBF title on the line here, you're probably going to have to commit to fighting Pulev after. The WBO mandatory is between Usyk and Tyrone Spong on October the 12th. So, you know, you're going to be stuck for mandatories. But at that stage, it's so big. Are the belts as important? Of course, we'd love to do the Undisputed fight, but the key is not worrying about those fights. The key is just winning on December 7th.
Do you expect a lot of Brits to fly out?
Yes. Yes.
We do. I spoke to Omar today. I said, roughly what would be the tickets, how many tickets? And he said about 15,000, could be more. But do you expect the same volume of Brits that went out to Madison Square Garden?
You'll get 5,000-6,000 Brits go out there, something like that. A lot of expats. I mean, don't forget, there's a lot of Brits in Dubai. It's an hour and a half flight. So, you know, there's people want to go to this event from all over the world. So, and that's obviously something from Saudi Arabia that they want to encourage, is a big international audience.
Undercard. Anyone confirmed?
Still working on it.
Persone, Taylor?
No, Taylor's fighting in November, but we're talking about a women's fight on the card, which I think would be extremely groundbreaking. A couple of big heavyweight fights on the card. Working on it over the next couple of weeks.